guys, what is happening? It is Wednesday morning. I'm a bit more enthusiastic than I was yesterday. Sorry about that kind of depressing video. It has to happen. I'm showing you guys the realities of having a dog, not some, frills and bows copy of it. I'm gonna modify this camera just a slight smidge there. So that's my goal, is to basically show you guys what it's actually like. I try not to make things sound better than they actually are, but at the same time, it's a balance. You don't want to necessarily scare someone away from getting a dog, especially when they don't have all the facts. I mean, I can tell you horror stories of having a dog, but that wouldn't be the reality because you don't have both sides to the story. So it's very hard to not scare someone, but still tell the reality without making it sound better. Because what you see on the news and stuff, that's the frills and the bows. That's advertisement. That's, hey, we're awesome. You should support us. And that's totally fine because that's what the schools need. They definitely need it. And so I totally don't blame anyone for that, but you also need to have the reality of it, and so that's what I try to do. Anyway, Wednesday morning, that means dog day, which is awesome. I believe it is like 6 in the morning. Let me look here. It is nearly 6:15 in the morning, which I've been awake since 2 in the morning, so I've been here for a while. A little camera modification, don't mind me. So yeah, I went to sleep at I think like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night, and got up at 2 and couldn't fall back asleep. I tried for like 2-3 hours, and I was like, nope, not happening. So I just got up and watched YouTube and listened to messages and surfed Facebook and got ready. And so breakfast today is at 6:45, and so once I'm done recording this clip, I'm going to go hang out with people and wait for breakfast, and then we're doing breakfast early so that they can clean the rooms early, so that everything can kind of get done early, I guess. So yes, breakfast will be 6:45, and then we will have a meeting at I think they said 7:45, 8 o'clock. We'll have a meeting, and that will be when they're cleaning the rooms, and it'll be about an hour for them to clean the rooms. So then around, I think they said 9, but yeah, anywhere between probably 9:30, we'll be sent back to our rooms, and we'll be given our dogs. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 lectures this morning, from what I understand, or 2 parts of one joint lecture kind of thing. So I think that's the plan for today, and then after that, we're just going to get some bonding time with the dogs, and then we're going to do some in-house work, which is basically work on healing. We might do some minor obedience, getting the dog settled in different environments, that kind of thing. So we'll be doing some of that individually, and then it's time to wake up, guys. Good morning. That's you're sleeping in a little bit late there, bud, alarm. So yeah, that's what that's for. And yeah, we'll be getting we'll be going to lunch, and then after lunch we'll be working our dogs in town. So that's the plan as of right this moment. So I will come back and update you guys when I have more to say. Hey guys, so it is basically the end of the night. At this point we're just waiting for the last leaving time, which is at 8, and it's 7:25, so I'm just waiting for that at this point. You're gonna hear the dog chewing on the Benebone, so that's what you hear, that's what you hear. And if I sound off, it's because I am absolutely exhausted. Got really, really bad sleep last night. I went to bed around 10. I believe I mentioned this in my other one, but anyway, the moral of the story is I got like 4 hours of sleep, so I've just had really bad sleep the past week, and my energy level is just super, super low right now. So that's not been very fun. And to top it off, my dog is very energetic. My dog is, I'm not going to say too much, but let's just say my dog is very energetic, very enthusiastic, and that kind of energy just drains my energy. So, but I think it has more to do with the fact that I just haven't had good sleep, so I keep laying down on the bed and basically just nearly passing out, so I think even if my dog does start whining, I'm probably not gonna hear it, because I'm just so tired. So, can't remember where I left off, but basically we had breakfast, went back to our rooms. We went, had 2 lectures, and then went back to our rooms. I believe I was the first one in my group to receive the dog, and they brought the doggy into my room and introduced me and all that good stuff. Not what I was expecting. I don't know. Not that I knew what I was expecting, because I really didn't, but it was just kind of a surprise to me. The dog I did get, so yeah. And we had, half an hour, 45 minutes or so to just hang out while they delivered the rest of the dogs and all that good stuff. After that, we practiced settling the dogs at in the lunchroom or whatever. And then after that, we took them out to leave and had our lunch. Then we went on our first routes, and that overall went pretty good. We are trying a different handle length. My only real, this dog is very, very fast, like very fast. Like almost to the point where it's uncomfortable for me, which is actually a good thing, because it's more of a pain to try to get a dog to speed up than it is to get a dog to slow down. And I would know that because previous dog had problems speeding up sometimes. This dog also has a much firmer pull, which I actually like. So I'm hoping that it will feel more natural with the longer handle. And I'm hoping there's not going to be too much play in the handle with the longer one. Because that's kind of a catch-22. I mean, with the longer ones, you could get more play in the handle. Whereas the shorter ones, I kind of felt like I was being... My stance wasn't off. I wasn't twisted or anything, but I just felt like my arm was lower than it should have been, and lower than what I would normally feel comfortable with. So anyway, we switched it out, and we'll test it tomorrow and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, we're probably gonna, I guess, go back to the small handle. Anyway, so my biggest hurdle at this point is just remembering to keep my head up and look forward and not stare at the dog, because I tend to do that. I tend to look at the ground and stare at the dog while they're working, because that's just how I is. There's a couple little things I'm keeping an eye on at this point. I think it was just, this is our first day, first route kind of thing, but I'm keeping my eye on a couple things to make sure that that I don't have to be concerned about those little things. But so far, I really like my dog. Like I said, my only complaint, okay, all the dogs are wiggling around. They're not settling. They're, jumping up. They're not holding breaths. All that stuff. But that's normal. It's the first day. I mean, they're like, who's this? Who are we with? Where are we? What's happening? I'm confused. So it's totally understandable. But my only complaint about my dog thus far is the energy, which I think that's more of my problem, in that I am just so tired that, anyone with high energy would just bother me. So, yeah. And another hard thing I've been kind of dealing with is trying to remember my dog's name. It's not a hard name to remember at all. It's a fairly common name for dogs. So you'd think that'd be easy, but no, every time I go to give a command or do something, I'm like, Yosha, that's not your name. Your name. So I'll stand there and I'll go to tell my dog to rest, and I'll be like, Yo, or I won't say anything. I'll just think Yoshi in my head, and I'm like, wait, what was your name again? So that's been kind of a big challenge. And just in terms of just general stuff, is just remembering my dog's name and remembering to say it. I keep wanting to say Yoshi, so that's been the hardest part for me so far. Is that's not the same dog, not at all. So. Anyway, I'm not sure what everyone else is doing right now. Basically all day it's been just, okay, come out, do this, then go back to your room. Come out, do this, go back to your room. So I'm not sure at this point if we're allowed to wander around and do things or not. I don't know. I just want to go for the last part and go to sleep. That's all I want. So far my dog has given me 2 peas, which is good. But nothing else at this point, so we will see what happens later. And I'm sorry. The next couple of videos are going to be kind of boring because, again, I'm tiptoeing around anything about the dog overly. So apparently Saturday we should know more information about the dogs and all that good stuff. But yeah, the dogs are very trying and very challenging in this group, so it makes things interesting. One thing I also like about my dog is the dog is very responsive to commands, and doesn't hesitate as much, and doesn't I mean, once in a while I gotta get on the dog's case, but most often, no, sit is pretty good. But I will talk about more of that kind of stuff later. Like I said, I'm just exhausted. I can't even think of what I was trying to talk about. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did, please do hit that like button and subscribe to see the rest of our journey together. So my dog starts to squeak. And yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys again soon.